I think this is the first one that we've had overseas. We have had several, I hear, back in Sri Lanka. I haven't had the privilege to attend any of those. But Sugi, is that correct, that this is the first one here? So Dushi and Ranjit, the chief organizers, thank you for getting this team together. Now we'll share the experiences, introduce themselves, please, and then...
This is my wife, Shanti, and she's not sitting with me because she's a vegetarian.
You think I'm blind? You go and sit there. So I was so devastated when I was new to Colombo at that time, so I didn't know how to go back to Malavatta. I asked the wrong person. I asked Srikanthan how to go back to Malavatta. He took a piece of paper, he drew a map of Sri Lanka and he said, Colombo is. And he said, yeah, that's where you are now. He said, spread the page of the paper, he drew the streets and he wrote streets names very clearly, and he said, you can walk from here, it's not far.
I was known as and Satchies. I joined in October 1970. On the first day I joined, I was very worried because I didn't know many people there, although my brother had been an ex-employee. So as Ranjit said, we went through the back lift, and when I had to enter, it appeared to be from the entrance at the back to the front entrance at the foyer. It meant miles of walking. I was looking around.
I may be one of the only RTA clerks under Mr. Pasupati who is doing tax work. I think the rest of them are all accountants. So in a way, I have to thank you for that one. Everyone asked me, where did you get your tax brain? I said, always, it's from you. One of the things I
actually fudged a set of accounts of the Income Taxpayers Association. I didn't realize the importance of sundry creditors. I think it was a couple of thousand rupees, and I put it into a float. And I didn't realize the next day, the late Michael Muthunayakan walked in there to the second floor and found that. And he screamed at me and said, I will see that you are de-licensed and you never practice. And he took that huge ledger and ran all the way down from the second floor towards Cargill's and started. I believe he climbed up the lift, but before him, I scooted down the second floor and then went up the third floor to Satchies. And I think Srikanthan was there, and you were not there that time, fortunately. So it was Srikanthan who gave me my only break in, I guess, accounting, and spared me, but I think that taught me something, fudge. But I think we had 4 great years.
Tell how I ended up at Satchies. I was a science graduate and ended up teaching science in a Muslim school, which I found it pretty hard. Then I wanted to do accountancy for some reason because I visited a friend of mine who was BMI, building a BMC. And I was
around 2:30. So he came near me, I didn't know who it was. He tapped me on my shoulder. I pushed him away. he said, don't worry. His favorite song. Do you remember Tyagaraja?
There you go.
I still remember Ponnukurai, Sivadasan, Shanmuganathan. It's a time to remember the other people who are not here as well. And one of our batchmates, Priyadashini, she's suffering from cancer. So let's take a 1 minute, and if everybody can please stand up.
I joined Satchies in 1983, April or March, I can't exactly remember. But I do vividly remember the day because that was the day the unfortunate riots.
Of Greece,
So
and Mom was not very happy. But he made sure, as most of the people are hearing around the table, that you learn properly and you learn from the bottom. I still recall going into office one day with Mr. Paspati and my father, early in the morning, before car was open. We went through the main lift, I was sent up to that lift. There was no special privileges, everything had to be learned from the bottom. And that was a lovely experience, and you learned it, and you learned everything, and that was fundamentals that built you all the way through.
Don't know me, I'm Sanmugaratnam Sarvanabhava, probably one of the most senior staff members of the firm fondly known as Satchies. I'm not only privileged to be an invitee at this momentous occasion, but also honored to speak to you all today. I want to start by giving you an insight of the firm Satchies, which is
I think I had the privilege recently to attend the ceremony at the Institute of Chartered Accountants where 7 senior members were recognized and introduced into the Hall of Fame, and one being Sai Paspati.
It's nice to be invited to say a few words at this get-together of the Satchies alumni after 35 years. I just can't believe that it is 36 years since I moved on from Satchies.
It is indeed a great pleasure to see you all here at the first Satchies reunion in Sydney. For this, we should express our gratitude to Dushi and Ranjit. I'd like to refer to our founder, Mr. K. Satchitananda. I was invited to contribute an article on Mr. Satchitananda on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the Institute, and we were wondering what should be the title to the article. There was unanimity of view that it should read "The Gentle Giant." These 2 words describe him very correctly. Not only did he found the first Ceylonese firm of chartered accountants, he was a pioneer in the area of accountancy education in Ceylon. He was on the commission that recommended the setting up of the Institute of Chartered Accountants and was later fully involved in the setting up of the Institute itself. He also set up the Department of Accounting at the University of Ceylon and functioned as lecturer and examiner, as also at the Technical College. On his return from the UK, I believe he was the first Ceylonese chartered accountant. He wanted very much to set himself up in practice. However, not wishing to displease his father, he entered government service as chief accountant in the Department of Commerce and Trade and the Registrar of Companies. After his father passed away, with the active encouragement of his father-in-law, Mr. C. Sundarlingam, who was then Minister of Commerce and Trade, Mr. Satchitananda set up his practice. Another person who actively supported Mr. Satchitananda in his practice was Sir Chithambaram Gardner. He even offered to transfer all the audits of the Ceylon Theatres, Cargill's Miller's Group to Mr. Satchitananda, but he politely declined. With the practice picking up fast, Mr. Satchitananda invited his 2 friends, Mr. D.W. Shockman and Mr. B.R. De Silva, who were his assistants in the Department of Commerce and Industries, to join him, and they set up in 1945 the firm of Satchitananda, Shockman and De Silva. Dr. Vijayaratna succeeded Mr. B.R. De Silva, and I succeeded Mr. Shockman on his demise. Of course, I cannot fail to acknowledge the very valuable contribution made by the younger partners, among whom were Mr. Shanmugaratnam, Sarvendran, Chitra Arulandi, Ananda Krishna, Sri Kantan, Bhuvana Krishna, Ranjit Kumar, Surya Kumar, Shamini, Gaje, Sriyani, and Anomi, and Sugi as director in the Management and Secretarial Division. You all have played a part in one way or another in building up the firm to its present stature. One might say that the culture of our firm was different from that of most other firms. We were a closely knit family. This is not a criticism of the other firms. In fact, I respect all of them, and almost all their partners have been my friends. We had excellent fellowship and all the fun. Of course, that did not mean that the work suffered. Perhaps it was the other way around. There was super team spirit. The relationship extended even to the clients. They were more friends than clients. To name a few, we had the Amalians and the Haji Omars, the Ghulam Hussains and the Heva Malikas, the Jinasenas and the Nadesans, the Nurbais and the Pages, Samrasakras and the Selvanadans, Selamatus and the Silvas, Tambiayas, and many more. They were all friends, but they were more friends than clients. Even large firms like Prima and Pacific Dunlop would instruct their local office not to take any more major decisions without consulting us. We did not forget the service organizations either. We extended free assistance to all of them. Perhaps we did the largest number of these monthly audits. From the CNAPT to the Red Cross, the Association for the Advancement of Science, to the Cardiology Foundation.
Before we get on to the learn flow, we would like to thank important people who helped out to make this night a success. Firstly, we would like to thank Janaki for being the MC. What a great job she's done. Most importantly, we would like to thank all our guests who, without hesitation, traveled from overseas and interstate to be here.
I had 180 photos all around the world. Unfortunately, I presented only 130 photos. Obviously, I didn't present 50 photos. Many reasons. One is they are not good quality. They are not suitable for the audience. Some of them are actually censored by Dushi and our partners. All the best.